Hi Curlies, this is Cynthia the Baby Boomer. Welcome. I just got back from a 17-day trip, which was a special 40th anniversary for my husband and I to the Balkans, which included Croatia, Bosnia, Montenegro, and Slovenia. A lot of people ask me, hey, are you worried about traveling to those areas? No, I was much more concerned about what I was going to do with my curly hair during that period of time. So, disclaimer, a couple of days ago, I got my hair cut with a new stylist who switched me to all new products and a new regime and blew my mind a little bit, but that's not the purpose of this video. This video is about traveling with curly hair. So my hair is 3A, 3B, coarse, very dense. That will be relevant when we talk more about what kind of products I brought and so forth. Here are some of the things to consider before you get packing, before you leave on your trip. Think about what the weather's going to be. Check the 10-day forecast. That's what I did. And I learned that, for example, it was going to start out really hot and humid, but then at the end of the trip, it was going to be kind of cool and fall-like temperatures going down to the 40s. So there was going to be a really big range in there. Then consider how much space you have in your luggage to pack products and tools. Consider the access that you're going to have to tools, things like blow dryers and so forth. You know, hotels are not going to have diffusers, that's for sure. Consider what products you're going to need. So let's start with products. What products are you going to need for your trip? One of the things to consider is, can you purchase products if you run out of them on your trip? I knew in my case it was very unlikely that I could replace anything in these countries. So that was a big fat no. Also, you want to consider what is going to give you a total anxiety attack if you do run out of these products. What are the products that you absolutely need to have? Not do you use once in a while. In my case, it's less kinky coily leave-in. That's one I'm currently using, although as I said to you, that's kind of switching up according to my new stylist. And the other product I absolutely need to have is gel. Now, the amounts of those products, I'm going to show you in just a few minutes. I absolutely needed to have my Color Wow, which is a brush-on color product that I use when I'm in between dye cycles. I have my hair colored every 5 to 6 weeks, and I was 3 weeks in. So I knew I was going to be going gray right at my temples and right at my hairline. And I knew I'd be pulling my hair back from time to time into a ponytail. And I didn't want to get that gray stripe going. So I brought my Color Wow, and let me show you what this looks like. It basically looks like eyeshadow, and this is greatly loved eyeshadow. I've had this for about 3 years. And you basically just brush it on. It only lasts if your hair is dry. So this could last a couple of days. So you just brush it. This is a little hard to see. You just brush it onto your hairline or any place else. You could brush it onto your part. And it covers the grays. It's a little bit sparkly in the package. But when you apply it onto your hair, you don't see the sparkle. So I'm going to link that down below. That's just one option, but it's very easy to carry. It's very compact. The next thing I tried to figure out is what tools I needed. And the most important tool is my diffuser. And the one that I've been using for travel, the Curly Co. And it expands out. It has the rubber tongs. What I like about it the most is the fact that this part is rubber and it fits onto just about any blow dryer. And believe me, I encountered some very weird blow dryers. Actually, I brought a travel blow dryer with me, which was adapted to European voltage. But I got to my first hotel, and guess what? It broke. So I can't show you what I brought because I ended up dumping it at the second hotel. And the reason that I brought that is because I knew one of the places I was staying did not have a blow dryer. And I thought, oh, I'm going to need one. But I just dealt with wet hair. Another thing to bring with you, because for sure they're not going to have this at the hotel, is your own microfiber towel. And this is the smallest one that I have. This is an Aquas towel. It's an oddly shaped one, but it does the trick. I also brought my wide tooth comb that I use in the shower to comb through my leave-in conditioner. I brought my clips that I use for clipping my hair to get some volume. I probably brought like 6 clips. Don't be grossed out. I brought a spray bottle. This is the smallest one I could possibly find at Sally's. Couldn't get the label quite off, and I ran out of Blue Begone. But this worked out well, and I tested it, and it had a nice gentle spray. I brought plenty of rubber bands to put my hair back, and it did get hot, so I needed these. And I brought a good batch of bobby pins. There are things that may be more essential to you. Like, for example, you may use curl cream or you may use mousse. I also brought a silk scarf to try to achieve second day hair, but it didn't work for me. So maybe I should have left this out because I know I was not practiced enough and I was not skilled enough to make this work for me, but you know, live in hope. So it didn't work, but I had it just in case. Okay, so now for the amounts of product that I brought. Let's start with gel. Obviously, I didn't bring this container. It's huge. But one of the reasons that I brought this product, the Ouidad gel, is because it is very liquidy and it's easy to pour and it's easy to travel with. So you can buy these travel containers. These are 3 ounces. Now, I did not carry on my bag because we were gone for so long. I checked my bag. But if you're carrying on, these are the perfect size travel containers. They're about 3 ounces. In fact, I think they're exactly 3 ounces, and they're FAA approved. So you can, if you're carrying on your luggage, you can transfer everything into these size containers. And you can get these just about everywhere. Like, not everywhere, like you can't go into a bookstore and buy them, but you could go into Target and you can go into Bed Bath & Beyond, which is where I bought them because they were really the cheapest price. I transferred gel into 3 containers. That's how anxious I was about running out of gel. But how much did I actually use? Drum roll, please. I used 1 and a smidgen of gel. That's all I used. So if you're doing a calculation, if you're trying to figure out how much you should take, remember, I've got a lot of hair. My hair is extremely dense. So I think a 3 ounce container for 2 weeks is fine. It really is sufficient. And that's what I'm going to use as my measurement from now on. So I had overkill. All right. For leave-in, because I was thinking of 1 container per week, I figured that this was an 8.5 container and I would need 2.5 of them, of the small travel containers. And because I was taking a larger suitcase, I thought, what the heck, I'm going to just bring the larger bottle. But I could have easily gotten away with 2 of them. 2 travel containers of the leave-in probably would have been fine. In my list of products, I left out shampoo. I did bring a small amount of shampoo. I only shampoo my hair once to twice a week. So I brought a container with a small amount of shampoo, and the shampoo I was currently using is the Lush Curly shampoo. It's sulfate free. The stuff that you get in hotels has sulfate in it, and I was afraid of using that, so I brought my own. Now, the problem is that the bottle broke. I was glad to have baggies for my containers, because if the bottle breaks, you're going to have a mess. I brought a very small amount of T-Sal. That is a shampoo if you have seborrheic dermatitis, which is an itchy scalp and maybe a scaly scalp, but my scalp gets very itchy at times. It's a condition I've had for years and years. The only thing that really handles it is to shampoo my hair with T-Sal. So I brought it just in case the condition flared up, and it actually did, and I was glad that I had it with me. But I think you can tell that I just took a very small amount. By the way, this was a freebie bag. Putting everything in a larger bag, you can just put it in a gallon Ziploc bag. That's fine too. Whatever works for you. But I had everything separated, and each container was in its own little plastic bag. That way, nothing would create a huge mess. So just to recap, traveling with curly hair can cause a lot of stress. What should I bring? How much should I bring? And unless you know that you could pick up additional products, you may really stress out. So planning in advance is really the answer. I did bring too much for 17 days, and I know that that's a long time to be gone. But doing the math after the trip, I found that 2 containers of gel or 1.5 containers would have been fine. So that's probably 5 ounces or 6 ounces of gel would have been more than enough to alleviate any stress that I have. And probably the same amount of leave-in would have been also sufficient. And I didn't need to bring the entire bottle. That was overkill. And I did bring the appropriate amount of shampoo, just a little bit of shampoo. And again, I bring the T-Sal just because I have that scalp condition. So that was appropriate too. So think through exactly how much you're going to need. There weren't any tools or any additional accessories that I wish I had brought. I thought having the microfiber towel and my few clips and my rubber bands, you may want a scrunchie, things that you use to protect your hair. You might use a silk cap, for example. In fact, I'm very interested in finding out what you would bring for travel. What are your absolute must-haves as opposed to the nice-to-haves? So please comment below and tell me what are the things that you absolutely must have. So I hope you like this video. Please like it and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for taking your time to watch. Bye, and I'll see you in the next video. What are the absolute Okay. What are the absolute must-have products that you can't live without when you travel? Put your comments below. Oh, this is terrible.